Hi. So it is still Tuesday, but it's Tuesday at about 5, and had a fabulous sushi lunch. My son Brody just got hired at In-N-Out, which if you're not from California, you might not know what In-N-Out is, but it's pretty much the best fast food burger place in the world. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I'm sure some people would disagree. So I'm just going to go over my haul. I'm going to tell you right now that it's a lot. I can't believe I got this much in 1 week, but I did. So I'm going to start with row 1, which I think I've mentioned is my favorite subscription. There is going to be a little bit of crinkling. I apologize. So row 1, what it is every month you get 10 tiny skeins from a different dyer every month. So what I love about it is it's not a huge money investment, but you get a really nice idea of what that dyer, what their style is and their different colors and stuff. And so then if you love that dyer, then you can go and get, big skeins. So when I said tiny skeins, I wasn't kidding. They're 10 grams. And so great for scrappy projects. I can make 2 hexi puffs on this, but I think I'm gonna start just doing 1 hexi puff and then start another blanket. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So that I can do like one, like I'm thinking the Cozy Memories or the Battenberg, one that just has really small blocks or squares, and it looks really great to do a whole bunch of different colors. So that way, I can justify getting this. I'm really good at justifying buying yarn. So this one is from Asylum Fibers. And you can see like these two go really well together. There's a lot of solids, and look at this. Oh, that's not showing up nearly as well as it in person. It's a really pretty teal. It's a really bright turquoise. See, and yeah, the colors just aren't popping on here. But I always just kind of feel rich in yarn when I get these. They come in a sweet little row 1 bag, and they always come with a couple of goodies. So this month I got 2 Dad's Root Beer candies, and then it usually comes with a stitch marker. How cute is this stitch marker? So you can use it as a stitch marker or as a progress keeper because it's got the little lantern thing too. And look at this. Look at how darling that is. I love that. Sorry, it didn't focus as well as I would have liked it to. And then it always has, the goodies come in that. And then it always has like a page on the maker. And I always love, that's part of the fun of getting indie dyed yarns, is learning about these fabulous people that make them and why their journey started. And so this is this month, and it also has all of the colorways on here, but it also has them on here, which I love. So really great subscription if you're into scrappy projects. I feel like I'm really behind the where I want to be as far as having scraps. I know that sounds silly, but because I've only been knitting steadily for a couple of years, and I haven't made that many projects, I don't have that many scraps. And so this is a way to kind of augment for when I want to start all the blankets, which is basically what I want to do. So this is from one of my favorite makers. I've bought several things from her. It's called Lofty Loops Yarn. It's Allison. And I don't know if you can really see how rich and beautiful it is. This is called Dark Rainbow. And I was trying not to buy this much last week, but I saw this. This was a new colorway for her, and I had to get that. And then, you know, part of my problem is just being on Instagram too much, finding all these wonderful dyers and wanting to try them out, because you can never really see how saturated they are, how beautiful they are in a picture or a video. These, I got 2 skeins from a dyer that I've never gotten before. It is Bad Sheep Yarn, and they are based out of Alaska. So it says hand dyed in North Pole, Alaska. How fun is that? So this is 75-25, 75-25. So it's superwash merino, nylon, stellina. I'm really not a sparkly person. You can probably tell by the yarns that I show that I really like multicolor, vibrant, saturated colors. But this is the first stellina I've bought, so I'm curious to see how I like that once it's knitted up. This one is called Nebula, and then I also got this one. So this one's definitely darker, but still beautiful colors. And this one is called Northern Lights. So beautiful together. I mean, that might make a great muscle bird hat. I don't know. I've got to think about that. Okay. And then I would have to say that probably this is my favorite dyer, at least for now. But I think that they will always be a favorite of mine. And this is Legacy Fiber Arts. So it's a mom and daughter team, Sue and Chelsea. And Sue is the primary dyer. She's the mom. And Chelsea does a lot of knitting, designing, marketing, all of that. But they are such lovely people. They do have a podcast, Legacy Fiber Arts, same as the name of their company. Chelsea has a Patreon that I'm a part of. She's got 2 littles that are just adorable. They're just lovely people. And, you know, if you have your choice of buying from very small independent companies, why not buy from lovely people that you just kind of want to be friends with? So I want every colorway that they do. This is, I wish I could, okay, that's better. It's real peachy, which is not normally something that I am drawn to. But, you know, it's got all of these beautiful flecks. I think that, you know, she does flecks as good or better than anybody I have seen. So there's some gorgeous blues and some purples, some deep pinks. So I can't wait to knit this up. And then, again, Addicted to Minis. So this is 4 minis, again, from Legacy Fiber Arts. Each one is just so beautiful. Look at that one. And I just couldn't recommend them enough. So this is called Under the Sea. And I think I just bought another skein that's probably coming in the mail that's called Octopus something. So I guess every year they do this show and they create a colorway just for that show. And so it's limited, and yeah, I did order it, but I haven't received it yet, so maybe that will be for next week. And then this is a new, another new dyer to me. So this is like it's called Blush Yarns. And again, this is 75% superwash, 25% nylon. And this is their May minis. And I do love the monthly, ooh. I'm finding that with yarn now, my color palettes are changing or maybe expanding. I would say expanding is a better term. So like this is not something that I would normally be drawn to with yellows and golds. Yeah, that's not been my thing, but I'm loving this. I really, really think that's pretty. I think they're all pretty. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. And then I am not sure if I think that this got thrown in as an extra. It's an orange with stellina, and I just would not have bought this. Orange is not my color, and it's really sparkly. So yeah, I think it was an extra, which is awesome. Who doesn't love extras? So that's it, and I say that's it, but it was what, 1, 2, 3, 4 full skeins, and then 8 mini skeins. That's a lot. I definitely cannot knit as fast as I'm purchasing yarn. So at some point I'll have to slow down, but I'm going to be honest and tell you that point is not yet happened. The only other thing I purchased for a project, I just thought it was so cute, is this backpack. Isn't this backpack cute? So I bought this at Nordstrom Rack, and oh, you might have seen the tag. It was on clearance, so normally $70. It was $18.73, and I just think it's going to be a great size, and it has so many pockets, side pockets. Yeah, I'm excited to have this. I'm planning on, like, my sister lives in the Palm Springs area, and my daughter lives in the San Diego area, and so I feel like this would be a perfect, like, weekend project backpack. So that's my plan for that, and I think that's it. I hope that you are having a wonderful week. So I did finish this on Tuesday, but I can guarantee you that I'm not going to be able to edit and upload it. So hopefully you'll be seeing this on Wednesday. And if you like the podcast, I would love it if you would like, if you would subscribe, if you would share. Any of those things help me to grow as a YouTube podcaster. And if you have any suggestions, please word them kindly. I am fairly sensitive, but would love to hear that. If there's something that you really liked, would like me to expand on, anything like that, then that would be awesome too. So have a great week. Take care. Bye. Hi, fellow knitters and friends and family. Welcome to episode 3 of Knit Mania. It was a busy week, and this is Tuesday. I am going to do my very best to record, but I don't have really high hopes that I'm going to be able to edit and upload today. It's my husband's day off. He gets every other Tuesday off. I was hoping, and my plan is to record on Sundays or Mondays. But it just happened that this past Monday, yesterday, I was working, and usually I work from home, and I work 2 to 5 hours a day, about 20 hours a week. It averages out. Anyway, yesterday was an exception. I'm helping to edit a book that my boss is putting out. He's a magician, but he's a pastor, he's a writer, he's, I guess, a Renaissance man, right? So he's writing a really great book on marriage. So I got to his house at 7, and me and his wife Kimberly, had some sessions, and then we would break apart and, edit separately and etc. And I was there until 4:30, 5, something like that. So a much longer day than I normally do, and not at the house. So then when I came home, I had to do like normal things. I also have 2 fur grand dogs. Yeah, whatever. My daughter and son-in-law are up in Yosemite. As a matter of fact, I think that they are hiking Half Dome today, 14 miles round trip. Go them. And so we, but really me, are taking care of their 12-year-old Yorkie, Josiah, and their almost 3-year-old Labrador. I forgot what to call her because usually I call her Labradork. It's more appropriate. Olive. Love both of them. But that means that we have 5 dogs, and then we have a cat, and then we have a kitten. So we have to keep the cat and the kitten upstairs because Mama's still very protective. Baby's only just a month old now. And then, oh, sorry, I'm getting messages. And then, 5 dogs is a lot anyway. So, yeah. Sometimes we put the cat and the kitten in my son Tanner's room and then let the dogs up for a little bit. But man, feeding and managing the hair, all of that is kind of its own job right now. So that is what's happening kind of in life. I really didn't get much cooking done this week. I am looking forward to Mother's Day, and I'll probably maybe take some video and put that in next week. Both my mom and my husband Shannon's mom, Helen, are coming in for Mother's Day, and I'm excited. It's kind of the first time that I've, entertained in a long time. We're all vaccinated, we're all safe. Most of us have had COVID and been vaccinated. But yeah, I want to make it special for the mamas. And I told my husband that my Mother's Day present from my 19-year-old boys, I have twin 19-year-old boys, is I want them to clean the house on Saturday for me. So all I have to worry about is making it pretty and then making the food, which are things that I like doing. But I hate cleaning, and I'm bad at it. And our house is usually a mess because of it. Anybody that knows us will attest that this is true. Okay, so I guess I should talk about knitting now. I do have 2 finished objects. I said very emphatically that I was going to finish these socks, and I did. So here are my first pair of shorty socks. This is my 4th pair of socks that I've knit, and that's all been this year. So I'm pretty happy that I'm on track right now to knit a pair a month, and that is definitely a goal. I definitely want to have at least 12 socks done by the end of the year. And I really do like these shorties because I was thinking, I live in Southern California, and so we kind of have 2 seasons where I live, like super hot and not super hot. And so really there's probably a good 6 months out of the year that I generally just wear flip-flops, and that might continue. I might do that, but I have been thinking of a way of is there a way that I can wear socks sometimes during the summer? So definitely these shorties open up the possibilities, but am I going to be the person that wears shorties with sandals? I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it. So those are those, and I will link the pattern so you can look at how gorgeous this yarn is, though. I'm telling you, that's the key for me. That's what now keeps me wanting to knit every single day, and I do knit every day now. It's beautiful yarn, and so it's a dangerous, dangerous road, and I will show you my haul this week, and hopefully my husband isn't watching. But being on Instagram and seeing all of these wonderful dyers and them coming up with new colorways, and they get so creative with the themes. Of course, today is May the 4th. Yes, may the 4th be with you. My husband's trying to get a Star Wars tattoo today. So if that happens, I'll probably record that too. Maybe I'll even attempt to do a vlog. That is a goal of mine. I just wasn't planning on doing it this soon, but if we have a lot of interesting stuff coming up, maybe I will. Sorry about the lighting. It was good when I started, but now it's getting a little funky. Okay, so that was my big finished project, even though they're shorty socks. Pretty big for me. And then here's my tiny baby finished object. Okay, that's coming across pretty well. Let's see. Yeah. just like the subtlety is never as good as when you're just looking at it with the naked eye. But another Hexie Puff, and so I have gotten my goal so far of doing one a week. I knit these on signature needles. Oh, signatures are just the best. So these are size 4, 3.5 millimeter. They come in a pack of 5, but I just use, 2. So I do it flat, and then I'm knitting with the third one. So that was the Hexie Puff, and the yarn that I used is one that I discovered through my Row 1 subscription, which is my favorite monthly subscription that I've tried so far. And so this is from Old Soul Fiber Company, and I'm gonna mispronounce this. I know every time I do it, I mispronounce it. Hygge. It's the Danish word for things that bring you comfort. So the idea of it is something that I've loved for like 2 or 3 years when I first heard about it. It's Hygge, and if you haven't heard about it, you should throw it up in a Google search. It's like candles and blankets and just things that make you tea, that make you feel comforted and cozy and happy in your home. So yes, life goal, Hygge. I know I'm saying it wrong. Sorry, guys. So that is that. This is just a little nothing project bag that I got on Amazon really cheap. And it just barely fits because the signatures are really long DPNs. So I just shove them in there because I have a few of these. And so I have my signatures, and then I have another pair of DPNs that were really cheap. So I like to load them up with the supplies to do a Hexie. So I keep one in my car just in case I get stuck somewhere and don't have another project, even though I usually do have another project. Works in progress. So I haven't shown this before, even though I started it in January. So this is a shawl, and I have a love-hate relationship with lace. I feel confident that, every year that I am a consistent knitter, I will love it more. I definitely have progressed significantly from last year's knit along that I attempted and did not finish to this year's. So every year, I think for the past maybe 6 years, my local yarn store, Hands On Knitting Center, does a year-long knitting project, knit along project. And it's always been a shawl. And I think at the beginning, there was just like one color that you could do. You could just sign up for it or not sign up for it. And so the year-long knit-alongs, if you haven't done one before, you get clues. And so like on the 10th of the month, every month, a new clue drops. And then if there's a new yarn or if there's new beads or anything like that, you get that. So the great thing about Hands On Knitting Center is even if you don't live anywhere near Redlands, California, which is where it's at and where I'm at, you can still participate. There's a Ravelry, thread in there. Hands On Knitting Center has, of course, a Ravelry section, their group, and then there's a thread for the knit along, and they'll ship the monthly, yarn and goodies, and you can participate if you want, and then you can send pictures if you want of your updates. So having said that, I have only completed January and February, so I'm super behind. Let's see, how can I best show this? So it's really pretty. So, this was one color, and this is the second colorway, and then I'm just starting March, so you can see March's is darker. Let's see, I'll show you. It's so pretty. Here's March's. So it's Alexandra yarn. Oh, the yarn is so soft and plush. It's just a joy to work with. And then you can see the hand beading. I quite enjoy doing the beading. And then the lace work. And if you notice the markers, basically there's, no, I don't remember, 13 sections, and each section has 26 stitches. So every row you're just having to learn what to do on 26 stitches, and then you repeat it 13 times. Sharon Mooney Designs is the designer. She's local. As a matter of fact, she was one of the original owners of Hands On Knitting Center. I think it was called something different. But anyway, she's been in the knitting, designing, yarn, or, local yarn store owner business for a long time. She's an amazing designer. She's really responsive if you have questions. The reason why I have a love-hate relationship with the lace, I love the way it looks. I cannot wait to wear this. I am going to finish this one. Probably not on time, probably not in December. But maybe if I get really motivated, I could. But the thing I hate about lace is if you lose a stitch, or if you have to tear back, it's really, really easy to mess up. Really, really easy. So, and it's a much more complicated, pattern than, most of the other patterns that I do. So it's funny, I've talked to different knitters, and there's, different levels of knitting. So there's the mindless knitting, where you can be watching TV, you can have a glass of wine if you want, and you're fine, right? And then there's this is the opposite, the complete opposite of that. You need to be sitting at a table with your pattern right here. You need to be doing nothing else. Now, more experienced knitters might do an audiobook or something like that. For me, at least until I do several of the repeats, I need to just be concentrated on that. I will try to remember to put the pattern, or my Ravelry pattern link down there. So if you want to look at the Alexandra colorways and Sharon Mooney and all of that, you can. And I have it in this bag, which I love. It is from Fancy Boy Designs. It must be on Etsy. Yeah, it's on Etsy. And I like the inside. Really nice construction. You can take this off if you want. Let's see. It's got this as a pull. But you could also take that off, and it can be a stitch marker. It really is a stitch marker, but I like it to pull the zipper as well. So this is maybe one of the best made that I've gotten so far. Box construction on the bottom, which is really the only way to go. Nice heavy duty, it almost feels like a quilted fabric. So I love that. I am progressing quite nicely. I wish I was a faster knitter, but I think that just comes with time. On my sweater. So this will be the back of my sweater. Oh yeah, see, it looks pretty impressive. And it's reverse stockinette, so it's really easy. I don't know if you can tell. I might throw a picture up here if I can figure out how to do that. It's light at the bottom, and then it starts getting darker, and then it kind of abruptly gets light again, which is a little bit of a bummer, but I'm not going to let it bum me out. The reason why is because I went to the restroom one morning when I was doing my 30 minutes of knitting, and I came back, and my 11-month-old basset hound had reached in, got it out of my nightstand. I didn't have it on my bed. No, so she got up on the bed, reached over, got it out of my nightstand, romped around on the bed evidently. She has a ramp, so she went down the ramp, and then she was mouthing it when I found her. Not happy. So, it's still not, it's just one of those things that happens when you have 7 animals in your house and tons of yarn. So I'm trying not to freak out about it too much. I had to break the yarn. I am attempting to unravel the huge mess. Let's see if I can put a picture of that in there too. That used to be my beautiful yarn. I was just going to give up and buy another skein, and went to hands-on knitting, and they were out of that color. So that's just what happened this week. One of the things that happened this week. Oh, I'm knitting it. It's Trend Center yarn. It's 50% cotton, 50% soy. I am again using signature needles. Size 5 for this, 3.75 millimeters. Loving working on it. This is a mindless project that I can watch TV and if I want, I have a glass of wine. So that's nice. I think that's it. I'm really focusing on the sweater right now. Oh, I didn't bring up. I have worked on my other pair of socks that I do have going. I think I showed those last week. They also will be shorties. I'm working them on Magic Loop. And I'm on the first one, and I've gotten to the heel flap on that one. So maybe, yeah, I should be able to finish that one. I'm going to set that as a goal for next week. It just depends on if I really want to make a goal of trying to finish the back of the sweater. I probably won't do anything except that and the Hexie Puff. So we'll see. I'm not committing yet. So I'm going to pause here because we're going to go to All You Can Eat Sushi, and then I'm going to show my haul. Okay, bye. One of the cutest things you've ever seen. This is Loki.